Hello guys, and in today's video we are going to look at the incoming severe weather outbreak for today, and we'll also be looking at the slight risk issued for tomorrow. But before we can get into this video, I would ask you to subscribe if you do like daily weather forecasts, and make sure to share this video with any friends or family. But anyways, let's get right into this forecast. So right now we're looking at the Storm Prediction Center. This is for today. This is the severe weather risk. They have issued an enhanced risk, which is a level 3 out of 5 for that orange area. That's where we're expecting the most severe weather today. Also in that yellow risk, you also have possible for scattered severe storms, but mostly in that orange risk, you have a really large risk for severe hail up to softball in diameter. This is some pretty serious hail, and up to 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts, maybe even 90 with these storms. And you also have the marginal risk, which is in the greener colors, and they have issued another slight risk down in the Texas area. Right down here, you can also expect some scattered severe storms for that area. Our main focus today, though, I will be doing a live stream at 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time today, so make sure to check that out. But also, you see the marginal risk, that has a risk for much isolated risk for severe storms, but it's still a risk for those severe storms. And then you got your general thunderstorm risk in the light green colors all around that. Also a general thunderstorm risk for parts of the southwest. But we can go ahead and look at the tornado risk, and they have issued a 5% risk of tornadoes in that brown area. That's where the main threat of tornadoes is today. We should expect a few tornadoes from these brief tornadoes. And then you got the green colors, which is a 2% risk of tornadoes. You still have the risk of tornadoes in the 2%, but it's a greater chance in the brown colors. And then you can go ahead and look at the hail. And there is a significant risk for hail in a large area. In the hatched area, you have a significant risk for hail up to softball size hail. And also in that red color, you also have up to softball sized hail. In the yellow color, you have about up to baseball sized hail in the green color. And in the green color, you have the up to about golf ball sized hail. So if you're in any of these risks, you need to put your car under something, garage, or maybe something outside like a barn or anything that can cover your car and protect your car from this hail. And make sure to bring anything loose. You're going to have very strong winds coming from these storms also. And then there's also a significant risk for hail down here in also Texas, up to baseball down there. And you can look at wind risk. There's another significant risk for severe wind up to 80 miles per hour wind gusts within these storms, especially in this black area where it's going to be kind of a hook shape, kind of a bow shape, which means very high wind gusts with those storms. Also that red area, you have up to 80 mile per hour wind gusts. More in these yellow areas and green areas, you have more up to 50 or 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Also down here, up to 50 or 60 mile per hour wind gusts with that yellow risk. And also the green risk, you have about up to 30 or 40 miles per hour of wind gusts in there. And then you can look at tomorrow's risk, which we'll talk about more tomorrow. But you can see there, there's yellow risk for severe weather in that yellow area. And in the green area, you have two marginal risks areas, one up here in that area and one down here in parts of the Texas area and Louisiana area. We'll talk about more about that tomorrow, but for now we're talking about today's severe weather risk. Let's go ahead and look at the simulated future radar. Alright, so now we are looking at the NAM 3km model, which is kind of like a future radar of what we're going to expect. We do have some minor thunderstorms and rain showers over here in parts of the Iowa, Wisconsin area. And then once we get into the 2 to 4 p.m. here, you can see the right over here, this is where the storms start to develop. You can't really see it, but there's some stronger storms developing about 4 or 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time in the Illinois area. And then once you get to about 4 p.m., you start to see a line of storms develop right over here in that area. That's going to create the kind of bow echo of these storms. And then once it gets to down here, it's going to be very strong in the Huntsville area. Or actually, no, I forgot the city that's there. But that area, you really need to watch out for these storms. These are going to be very strong wind gusts. And then you can move this forward even more. And then you're really starting to see the bow echo there. This is about 9 p.m. right now. And you're seeing very strong storms, very severe storms going through the southern Illinois, southeastern part of Missouri, even up here into Indiana, maybe even Michigan again. And then you're seeing actually another line. It's over here. It's a separate line, but it's a very short line, short-lived there. But you can see it move to about getting into the overnight hours, going about 2 a.m. or about 3 a.m. Start to dissipate in parts of the southeast. Maybe some stronger storms over here in parts of Georgia, in North Carolina, even parts of Mississippi there. And then we move into the early morning hours, and it's really starting to dissipate there. But if you did enjoy this video, I would recommend subscribing. If you do like daily weather forecasts, then make sure to share this video with any friends or family. And we're actually going to talk about this snowstorm in the next video tomorrow, so stay safe.